you might know kind of where you are, you might not even be able to name it, and you might know where you want to be, but you don't know how to get there. And I think Sally helps move that path forward. She helps create that path, and also helps you do some self-reflection on how you can be the person that you want to be too.
Even a small organization or one person can really, benefit from, from having the consulting coach. It's just, I go back and it's a trickle effect. Like it goes back, it trickles down from what you need to do in your work life, your personal life, and allows you to kind of keep that boundary between the two.
I think there's been direct results where it's been like, oh, well, Sally must have said something, and all of a sudden, something's changed or there's been a different mindset. I think she reads people really well. And I think that I'm a difficult person to read. So somebody that can sort of read me and sort of figure me out and find the best ways to be able to communicate with me is something that she's really, really good at.
I think the thing I value most about my coaching experience is the opportunity to learn more about myself. Like I feel like I knew my strengths and why not, but I didn't understand how they related into or translate into the workplace in general. So working with Sally actually helped me, understand that, apply, and not only that, also see how that came about with my coworkers as well, which just made our not only work environment, but just make us work together better.
You usually have a mentor or friend or family member, spouse that you can go to, but I think in addition to that, it's helpful to have someone who's out there talking to other parks and recreation professionals, but then brings those conversations into your one-on-one coaching session, and that it gives you a way to hear about what's going on out in the field, but also that work through those deeper issues and challenges in a more, intimate setting.
Sally's approach is not cookie cutter at all. It is not a session that you could expect to show up and put your staff through, and after that 4 hours, we're all going to be better. It is a complete holistic approach to leadership within the workforce, and knowing that you have that partner in Sally, especially from a leadership perspective, has helped our department to be successful and me to be successful as a leader within the department.
I think it's super helpful that employees have a person that is so good with people and reads people and knows exactly what they need, because each employee with their different strengths has different things that they need. So with Sally, she's able to kind of break that down, know what you need, and make it the best working experience you can. I think what Sally has taught us is that working from a strength-based system like she does, she's always like looking for what your strengths are, so she puts you in the best spot. One of the best things for any employee is to be in a good fit situation. So I think Sally's helped in my role to guide employees to what their strengths are, so that they're happier working, so that they're more efficient working, and so that they're more valuable worker to our organization.
I would encourage anybody in my specific position, as a leader, to seek out a consultant. Specifically, Sally, it is very hard being, a director and being out on those islands and not understanding to have those conversations and working through it. It doesn't have to be a grind out decision on your own. Just because you were put into that role doesn't mean you're going to have all the answers.
I think that was it. I think I could just go in. I would even think, oh, I have to talk to Sally about that. And I would either write it down, and I would just dump everything out. And we would be off on, one tangent, and then we'd end up, never was it scripted. Never was there a list of questions for me. I just felt like I could go in and just do everything out. And then she would kind of bring it around, and she would, kind of say it back to me. Sometimes even just me hearing myself say it. And then she'd go, really? And she kind of, is this what you mean? She would rephrase it maybe. Her listening skills are amazing.
Collaborating with Sally has impacted the bottom line of the mental health wellness, the advancement of our organization's structure, processes, efficiencies, challenges that individuals, including myself, or team members, would have not been able to bring to the table to try to speak up for their own opinions, or for the sake that they had past work environments that were negative.
Her ability to listen and then ask the right questions so that you end up identifying the problem and the solution by yourself based on like her just making you talk through it. Not only have I found that incredibly valuable for like her helping me solve my problems, but I've been able to take that technique of hers and try to use it on my staff.
And I think that every park system should do that whenever they do a master plan or a strategic plan or a regrouping or a reorganization. They should always have a coaching opportunity involved so that people understand, know the process, that they're not left out and left field, and that they can be a part and feel a part of what's going forward, because they will always do more. And that's why everyone who's a park agency or a park system or a park department, no matter how big or how small, should try to work with a coaching opportunity. And I would recommend Sally.